Story starts in 1993 when Linda met a Tucson firefighter by the name of David Dwayne Watson. The two quickly fell in love and were married in 1994. 2 years later, their daughter Jordan was born, and Linda's mother Marilyn Cox moved to Tucson from Ohio to help out with the granddaughter. Over the next few years, the relationship became strained, and the couple separated in 1998. Soon after, David found a new love interest in a woman named Rosemary. But over the next 2 years, a long and bitter custody battle between Linda and David ensued.
I need someone to come out and take a report. My daughter's missing. She's an adult, but the back door was found unlocked. There's a broken cup at the entryway.
What is your name?
I'm Marilyn Cox. I'm her mother.
Police suspected David Watson in Linda's disappearance, but his current wife Rosemary told police that he was home with her, giving him an airtight alibi. Linda's mother Marilyn Cox and David Watson had been in legal battles over Marilyn's visitation rights with her granddaughter. Marilyn Cox had her first unsupervised visitation with her granddaughter. After returning home after the visitation, Marilyn Cox and her friend Renee Farnsworth are shot and killed in her driveway. It was somewhere near here in October 2003 in the desert northwest, about 40 miles northwest of Tucson, where they found human remains. Those remains were Linda Watson's. It was believed at the time that those remains were those of an illegal immigrant. Legal activity is very common in this part of the desert. And it took 8 years for those remains to be identified as Linda Watson's.
Inside these holy walls, Victory Church, the last place anyone saw Linda Watson alive. Watson drove home just a few blocks away. She was there when she vanished.
That's when it all began. And my sister called me and she says, "Pat, Linda's gone."
Her Jeep parked in the front, her Bible and beeper left on the table, but no Linda, and definite signs of a struggle.
There was a broken cup there and coffee all up the wall and blood all underneath the bags.
You see, Linda disappeared just hours before a child custody hearing with her ex-husband. That's why Linda's mother, Marilyn Cox, believes she knows who wanted her daughter gone, for good. Here's Marilyn in an interview with Nine on Your Side in 2002.
I don't think she's dead, Terry. I still don't. I just can't. It still hurts. Still my baby girl, and she still has a little girl. And I need her home.
But Marilyn would never get the chance to find her daughter. Just a year after that interview, Marilyn, along with her friend and neighbor Renee Farnsworth, gunned down in front of the same house where her daughter disappeared. Marilyn's sister, Pat Hinkle, shortly after the murder.
Why anybody could hurt her or would hurt her, I can't imagine.
11 years after that interview, Hinkle told me the pain is still fresh.
And when my sister was murdered, it almost killed me. I just couldn't hardly take it.
Someone murdered Marilyn right after she scored a legal win against Linda's ex-husband. A judge granted her 1 weekend a month alone with her granddaughter, along with 2 phone calls a week. Investigators say someone jumped out of the bushes and shot Marilyn and Renee right after one of those visits.
Whoever did this planned it out very well. They left hardly anything at home or behind them at the home. They found nothing.
Throughout the years, the case grew cold.
We haven't had any new leads, and so we're just waiting.
Pat waited too for that big break. Her sister was dead. Her niece's body still missing.
He's not that good. He can't be that good. Somewhere there has to be a shred of evidence somewhere.
Then in 2012, after 12 years, the Sheriff's Department announced they'd found and ID'd Linda's remains in a desert area. Pat couldn't believe it.
Where did you find her? How is she killed? You want all those answers, and that just continually plagues you.
We asked for those answers, but the Sheriff's Department not sharing anything. They don't want to jeopardize the case and say the investigation is ongoing.
I might not live to see it. I pray I do. There shall no evil befall me. There shall no plague come nigh my dwelling place. For he will give his angels charge over me to keep me in all my ways.
Today, a small tribute at Children's Memorial Park bears Linda and Marilyn's name. 2 names among hundreds of homicide victims in our area. Many cases solved, many awaiting justice. And that's what Pat wants you to remember.
There's still a family that's devastated because we've lost 2 very important members of our family. And a little girl that had to grow up now without her mother.
That little girl is now a teenager. Pat, too, has grown older. She says they deserve the truth and has faith. Sooner or later, they'll get it. Marcelino Benito, KGUN 9.